everyone. Welcome to Drunk History. I mean, Forbidden. Uh,
Yeah,
so, Amanda, you have just rolled in from happy hour and you are ready to share your story tonight.
very ready.
Give
Very
me,
ready.
lay it on me. Slap me with that teaser.
Oh, would you like that?
I love it.
All right. Well, I'll give it to you this way. It's a little bit of a long one this evening, but I know how you like the long ones.
I like a long one.
I know. There are stories that make you question how well we really know the people around us. And there are stories like this one where reality itself feels manipulated. For years, the mother of a very sick young girl was at the center of it all. To neighbors, doctors, charities, she was the definition of a selfless caregiver. She dedicated her life to her doctor's endless medical needs. People admired her, they trusted her, and that trust is what made everything possible.
Oh, here we go. Alcohol, syphilis, murder, forbidden. So I have no idea what story this is going to be, but I love it already.
Oh my gosh. Well, I want to just kind of preface this with like, we are in our grifters era of right now.
Mhm.
And this kind of blurs the line between grifters, mental illness. We really don't know, and I'll get into that as the story moves along as to why we don't know the ultimate like reason why this was done. But yeah, Mother's Day coming up and stuff like that, like I wanted to sort of shine the light on things that can happen like this.
Yeah, I love. Well, you know what? Happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there, dog moms and otherwise.
Yes.
Um, and let me just tell everyone where they are. Welcome to Forbidden, the podcast where we discuss the dark, the disgusting, and the disgraceful in our unmentionables. That's right, we've slipped into something more comfortable. Have a drink in hand. Listener, we hope you are doing the same. I am your co-host, Blake Roberts.
And I am your co-host Amanda Kamada.
Well, Amanda, some people steal with guns, others steal with charm. They sell fake love, fake power, fake healing, fake wealth, and by the time you realize the truth, they're already gone. This is our limited series, Grifters.
Well, I'll tell you, this one is a doozy. And
Doozy for a boozy.
a doozy for a boozy because I have been at happy hour, which I haven't been to in quite some time because I never go to happy hour because I would have to go by myself all the time. I don't know. It's very difficult to make friends in Miami. I mean, I have some friends and stuff like that, but like normally when we go out to happy hour, it's like on a Friday or a Saturday, like
Right.
brunch, something like that. You and I used to just happy hour like what every day.
Any day, any hour. Amanda, listen, in my experience, it's really easy to make friends. You're just not going to the right glory holes. I mean, bars.
Yes.
You know?
Apparently I'm doing something wrong.
Yeah.
But no, I Ron is in the DR for 2 weeks. I think we discussed this before.
Mhm.
And I had to do a walkthrough today at our wedding venue, which is right by Rum Room, which is catering our wedding and all that kind of stuff. So, I mean, if you're going to do a walkthrough and happy hour at 3:30 and happy hour starts at 4, my guess is that you just like float on over to happy hour,
It would
right?
be inappropriate not to.
Exactly. So I made you proud, and I did go to happy hour by myself, which I mean,
Yeah.
sort of sucks, but it doesn't. Like, I
Yeah.
found people to chat with, and I chat with the bartenders a lot. And of course, like when you leave after you've chatted with the bartenders, like you get a lesser bill. So obviously, it's a fun place. I don't
It-
know. You're going to love where we're having our venue. I actually found out today that the venue that we're having it at is the oldest building in Miami Beach. So historically, I think Josh will like it. I think he'll
oh
get into architecture and that sort of thing. So it was called Carl Fisher Clubhouse. And it was a clubhouse for apparently a golf course that was here before all of the development happened and that sort of thing. But I am actually getting married in the oldest building in Miami Beach, which is kind of interesting.
Mm-hmm. That's
Yeah.
fun, and I'll be there for it.
And you will be here for it.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to go and get my sources because they're so
Yes,
exciting as
I
always.
love this part.
Yes, our favorite part. Wikipedia, biography.com, Rolling Stone, and people.com. So,
Great.
this is a story of Gypsy Rose Blanchard and the mother who convinced the world that she was dying. This
Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day with your grifter mother. And what was interesting is I was trying to figure out a grifter, and there's a dog barking in the background. I apologize. That's not my dog, by the way. City living, people. City living. And I'm telling the story this evening.
Just mute yourself, we'll be fine.
Yes. So this is a story of Gypsy Rose Blanchard, and everyone probably has heard about her like multiple times. But what's interesting, and let me mute this for a moment because now my dogs are getting roped.
You can pantomime, and I'll take over from here. You know what? We're gonna do charades. You will pantomime it. I will try to tell the story based on yes. It started with a lollipop.
Okay, I'm back. So what kind of like made me like drew me to the story was the juxtaposition of it being Mother's Day that is upcoming, and the fact that her mother was not only a grifter, but was it caused by mental illness, or was her mother just like a horrible person? You know what I mean? Because we really don't know. So, for most of her childhood, Gypsy Rose was known as a very sick little girl, wheelchair bound, battling leukemia, suffering from seizures, muscular dystrophy. The list went on and on. A seemingly terminally ill child trapped in a failing body. But there was one problem. Much of it wasn't true, and the person telling the lies was her mother. Her mother, Dee Dee Blanchard, didn't just tell people Gypsy was sick, she made sure they could see it. She kept her in a wheelchair, even though she could walk. Can you imagine this? I mean, this is fucking wild.
It also sounds sort of lovely, though. Just you don't have to get up. You can just sit in a chair.
I would probably go through with it.
I know exercise gets people into a lot of trouble.
Although, I mean, I think that if I were going to do that and go to this level, they didn't seem to be like wealthy. And this is where the grifter thing comes into it
Mm.
because they had like things happen to them. But like if I'm just like laying on some random couch, I'm going to be pissed about it.
Yeah, it's got to be high end. It
Yeah.
can't. In fact, it can't be a couch. It needs to be a sofa.
with thank you, with a view.
Yes.
So she kept her in a wheelchair even though she could walk. She shaved her head to mimic chemotherapy. She coached her to speak and behave like a much younger child. And when doctors started questioning things, she simply found new ones. Even going so far as to tell doctors that medical records were lost when Hurricane Katrina happened, because apparently they lived in Louisiana at the time. And with medical systems state by state not coordinating, that was easy to do. We were talking about this with
Yeah, recently.
with solving crimes from state to state and how they're like things,
Disconnected.
they were disconnected in some ways.
Right.
Apparently medical systems are like that as well.
Mm-hmm.
Which makes sense because medicine is mostly privately owned, right? So she would just move to a different area and find a new doctor and say, this is what's going on with my daughter, that sort of thing. And then with the Hurricane Katrina thing totally makes sense. Like, my medical records were lost. But were they all paper? Maybe back then they were. Like,
Mm-hmm.
Hurricane Katrina was a long time ago.
Yeah, I guess it was.
Yeah.
All those papers got really wet. You can't read them anymore.
Couldn't read it anymore. So medical state systems were not coordinating. She has this pseudo or fake sick kid. But if you had met Dee Dee Blanchard in public, you probably would have admired her. Friends described her as warm, patient, deeply devoted to her daughter, and that daughter was desperately ill. To outsiders, Dee Dee was a full-time caregiver, sacrificing everything for her child, and communities responded. Charities donated money, volunteers helped the family, even organizations like Habitat for Humanity stepped in, helping provide them with a specially adapted home in Springfield, Missouri. They received free trips to theme parks, gifts, public support, which means probably money. They become known locally as a family overcoming impossible odds. But beneath the images, cracks were beginning to form.
I mean, it's sort of true, though, overcoming those impossible odds, which was continuing to get away with a crazy ass lie.
Yeah. Isn't that, I mean, this is just wild to me. Like, wild. And they say that this is like a Munchausen by proxy or whatever, or a mental illness. But who's to say that this isn't just somebody who's manipulating a child? You know, I mean, into doing these things, and they don't have a mental illness, they are just evil. I mean, I don't think we'll ever know, and we'll get to that. But doctors would later discover something chilling. Many of her illnesses could not be medically confirmed, not the leukemia, not the muscular dystrophy, not the many of the conditions that Dee Dee had prescribed for years. And yet she still went unreal medical treatments. She was prescribed medication she may have never have needed. She had that feeding tubes inserted. Multiple procedures were performed basically largely upon symptoms described by Dee Dee herself. That's where it gets crazy. Like, where did the doctor step in this?
Yeah. And who are the doctors that are like approving? It's like Dr. Nick from The Simpsons. Remember him? It's like
Yes.
ambulance chasers who are, well, that's lawyers, but yeah, that's crazy. There's like performing operations.
Yeah.
Okay.
So experts for her later pointed to factitious disorder imposed on another, which means a psychiatric condition where a caregiver fabricates, exaggerates, or induces illness in another person, typically to gain attention, sympathy, or emotional validation. But in this case, it went beyond attention. And I don't think it's that. I think that she was just an evil person because this started later in life for this kid. I mean, it didn't start at birth. It almost feels like this person like crafted this situation to happen, right?
Do you feel like the currency is emotional, or do you think that it's actually financial? Or maybe it's a combination. Because you said there wasn't like a whole lot of money here, right?
No,
They
no.
weren't living a high life.
Oh, absolutely not. Not because it went beyond attention. That's the thing, because Munchausen by proxy, psychiatric caregiver, other like things are known more so as to get attention for yourself. So Munchausen by proxy is to get attention for yourself. But this went beyond like attention, because Dee Dee's story also brought financial assistance, gifts, housing, and public admiration, which raises the question of where does mental illness end and fraud begin?
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of wild. So as Gypsy grew older, I'm sorry that she was tasked with this horrible name, by the way, Gypsy. It's horrible. Sorry. Another disturbing reality emerged. She wasn't just being lied about, she was being controlled. Dee Dee allegedly told Gypsy that she was mentally younger than her actual age. She controlled her access to the internet, monitored conversations, and limited her independence as she started getting older. And according to later reports, when Gypsy questioned her mother or tried to push back, punishment followed. At times, Dee Dee allegedly used fear to maintain authority. To the outside world, Gypsy appeared fragile and dependent, but privately, she was beginning to realize something devastating. She could walk, she wasn't dying, and her entire identity had been constructed for her. This gets wilder, by the way.
It's off to a good start. You know
Yeah.
what's crazy too is I'm like sort of loosely familiar with this story, but I've pretty much avoided like the documentaries and all of that stuff. So I actually don't know it that well. It's all
Yeah.
fresh for me.
Yeah. Well, let me fresh you into more of this. By the 2010s, early 2010s, she had started to communicate with people online. So Gypsy is a little older, even though her mother is telling her she's a certain age. She is older, she's getting online, she's communicating with people. And one of them was a man named Nicholas Godejohn. So they had a relationship that quickly intensified, and together they started discussing her escape, because why wouldn't you? I mean,
Hmm.
if I'm a kid that knows that I can walk, that like all of these things are being done to me, and I meet somebody online and they're just like, I can help you escape, I'm bored.
So yeah, totally. So for all this, for a while anyway, she didn't think she could walk. Is that right?
Right,
Like she was
because she was
convinced of it.
told. Yeah, she was told she couldn't walk.
So if she was told she couldn't walk, her muscles must have atrophied somewhat, right? Like she's not
Oh,
really. I
oh,
wonder
she
how.
looked like a mess. Oh, she looked like a mess. Yeah.
I wonder if she started. The movie Misery
Yes.
when
I love that movie.
she hobbles him with the brick and the sledgehammer and like whacks his feet so he can't walk.
Yeah.
So he starts doing like exercises with the typewriter to like keep his strength up.
Mm,
I mean, I wonder if she was like doing that kind of stuff in her bedroom, like trying to like get her muscles in working order.
probably.
Yeah.
I mean, this is wild.
Yeah.
This is just like crazy.
Sounds
So
like she needed a drink.
yeah. So they basically met online and their relationship intensified. Of course, she shared what was going on with her, that sort of thing. Um, but then those conversations eventually evolved into something much darker, which was a plan.
Mm.
One that would end in bloodshed inside the pink house that became the symbolic of the family's tragic story.
I think I know a little bit of this, but tell me more.
Yeah. So on June 14th of 2015, something strange appeared on the Facebook account of Dee Dee Blanchard and Gypsy Rose Blanchard. A chilling post that read, "That bitch is dead." So this is what's interesting is friends of them, because think about this, back in 2015 there was no GoFundMe, there was no like this or that or the other. This was like two people that people followed, giving them money, watching her go through this so-called medical crisis, you know and it says that bitch is dead. Friends assumed the account had been hacked, first of
Mhm.
all. Again,
Right.
2015. We're 11 years out here, which is then came another message, one graphic enough that people immediately became alarmed and neighbors called police. And when officers arrived at the house in Springfield, Missouri, they discovered Dee Dee dead in her bedroom. She had been stabbed multiple times. But what was so fucked up is that Gypsy was missing. So an urgent search began for her because people thought that this
She'd
is,
been abducted because she's like invalid, basically.
yeah,
Yeah.
because she's an invalid kid. They basically thought that her mom had been murdered and she had been taken. I mean, you cannot script this shit. I mean, you could have.
Watch it. It sounds super campy. I would watch it.
Yeah, I would totally watch it. But within hours, the story took a shocking turn. Police traced a Facebook post to a computer in Big Bend, Wisconsin. Big Bend sounds promising,
Sounds provocative.
provocative, but I don't like a bendy one. Yeah. No Captain Hooks.
Big Ben, on the other hand.
Yes. So basically, what happened is they tracked them down on Facebook to this place in Big Bend, Wisconsin, and they found her alive and standing, not in a wheelchair. For
Mm.
people following the case, the moment was almost surreal. I mean, think about it. You only knew this girl as someone who was like completely like inept and couldn't stand, couldn't do anything. So neighbors who had known Gypsy for years reported they couldn't believe it. They thought she was terminally ill and wasn't physically disabled at all.
So, and this one is interesting because it's not really about money, and who got grifted was really like a whole community.
A whole, yeah, like a whole community pulling for this person, you know?
Yeah.
So what's crazy is that Gypsy, and her boyfriend end up getting arrested. So what happened is Nicholas, who I'm assuming was from Wisconsin, I wasn't able to dig that deep into it. I'm sorry, listeners, I have a day job.
And a day drinking job today.
Day drinking job today as well. But I will tell you that I think he's from Wisconsin, but he traveled to Missouri, entered the home, and stabbed Dee Dee.
So he killed her.
He killed her
Okay.
while Gypsy was hiding in the bathroom.
Mm.
So after the killing, they fled back to Wisconsin.
Mm.
So when you look at it deeply, it's not just, and I don't want to spend a lot of time on her murder story. I mean, she was stabbed to death, and obviously this guy did it. But there was, conflicting feelings about it in public opinion, because it was a story about years of like abuse, manipulation, psychological control. I mean, this poor kid was basically made every day of her life to pretend that she was terminally ill with diseases and taking chemotherapy, taking, like all of these different things. Like, I just watched my father go through cancer treatment, and clearly he didn't make it, but like, that was part of the reason why he didn't make it, was because it's so like harsh, on your body. I mean, it's poison in your body, um but the public was finally learning about Dee Dee's deception, and that Gypsy could walk for years. The illnesses were fabricated. She had gone unnecessary, medical treatments, and had been controlled and isolated most of her life. And so you kind of have to ask yourself, is she a murderer, or was that her way to escape?
And you know what makes this whole thing sort of more interesting and dynamic too is most grifter stories, like when you think about grifters, like the last story I did, which was largely about money. I mean, it was all about money. Let's be real.
Yeah.
Uh, it's all about manipulation, lies, and all that good stuff, right? But the some of the impact is the same, right? Because there's still like, as someone who gets grifted, it sort of fucks with your security,
Right.
your ability to trust other people, but it's not deeply personal. In fact, it's not really personal at all, because it's not really about you, it's about your money. But
Yeah.
this one was not really about money at all. It was about the emotional grift. So it's
But it
it
was
doesn't
money though too, and everything that they acquired
well, yes,
and
but
the
the
experience.
impact that it had on people though is different, because from from through the lens of this story of the people, it affected more people because of how she did it.
Right.
Because it affected everyone who's ever been affected by cancer or has known someone affected, because it's insulting. Because they're taking something that's so deeply personal and tragic, and they're using it
As a weapon.
as a weapon. And so it doesn't just affect the people that have contributed money, it affects anyone who hears a story who has been touched by cancer or muscular dystrophy. You know what I mean? It's like so
It
layers,
is
layers.
layered, and then it makes you, and this was before GoFundMe. I mean, can you imagine how much money they could have gotten from GoFundMe if that would have been available at the time?
I know. Yeah.
I mean, think about that. I mean, this was 2000, like 10 or well, even before that, because she's an adult now. But
Right.
like, when she was doing this was just like from probably word of mouth. like not like sophisticated online fundraisers like the GoFundMe's and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
I mean, imagine how they could have manipulated that system. I mean, they could have been multimillionaires at that point. That's like crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the fact of the matter is, though, is that they did still kill her mom.
Yes. There
Yes,
was a murder.
there was a murder. And in 2016, Gypsy Rose accepted a plea deal for second-degree murder. She was sentenced to 10 years in prison. Some people thought it was lenient because of the abuse that she endured, and quite frankly, I I agree. I mean, I just give a motherfucker a break for a moment. Like I
How old was she when this happened? Gypsy?
oh, I don't know how old she was when it happened. God, I should have that on top at the top of my head.
Well,
It was preteen.
when the murder happened?
Yeah.
Oh, then whatever. Because here's the thing, like people develop at different stages, and teenagers are horrible people anyway because they haven't connected all the dots like emotionally yet. They don't react to things the same way that most adults do. So I also feel like most adults will, if you're in this scenario, probably your first thought is not going to be murder. Well, maybe that might be your first thought, right?
Yeah.
But you're going to like dial it back and say, okay, I need to go to.
All of that to me, I'm thinking that I could put murder on the docket.
Well, you'd think about it, but then you'd also consider all of the consequences.
Oh,
And let's say, you know
100%.
what? I can walk. Let me just go to the police or, whatever. But
Right.
she's not at that stage. And
Well,
she's
because she's been manipulated since she
right.
was a kid. Like,
And
so,
she still is a kid.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So her boyfriend, Nicholas, went to trial. They argued that he had developmental and mental health challenges and had been manipulated by Gypsy.
Mm,
So prosecutors said that he carried out that willingly. He was convicted of first degree murder and sentenced to life in prison without parole.
mm,
So after serving roughly 8 years or so, Gypsy was released from prison in late 2023. Her release obviously, is up for debate online. Some people view her as a survivor reclaiming her life, and there's a sharp division on is this right or is this not. But I'm pretty sure she's married now, and I believe she just had a child
mm.
not too long ago.
I hope
Um,
that child's not sick.
there is there are so many. I didn't even, I mean, maybe I'll send them to you, like a list of links that you can post on like the YouTube or whatever. But there's a list of documentaries and specials, and I mean,
Mm,
this is all over the internet. But the reason that I did it, which I think it's been done to death, but it was for me with the Grifters and Mother's Day, just like something that I thought was an interesting angle
yeah.
for this week. Yeah.
And also, all those documentaries, they did it wrong. They weren't drunk when they shared the story. You're telling it through a different lens. In fact, that lens is beer goggles.
Beer goggles all day.
It's way more interesting.
Yeah. Maybe this will be my best episode in a long time, and people will just just loving it.
Pulitzer Prize, here we come.
Yes. So what else should we talk about? That was the story of Gypsy Rose. I mean, again, I know that like a lot of you people have heard about it, but I think this is just a different take on it. Like, was she a grifter? Was she mentally unstable? Her mother? You know, was this a serious like Munchausen by proxy to the nth level? Or was this just a person that was just horrible? And you'll never know because she was killed.
Right. And it's hard to comment, and I've commented a lot already, so whatever. But it is hard to comment on it because, you only have access to so much information about someone. And
Right.
so it's hard to really make an informed, yeah, so it's a tough one.
Yeah.
But just at the surface level, like I get it. Like I get why she wanted her mom out of the picture. I mean, it makes sense to me. You're like trapped in a prison from the person who's supposed to be caring for you, taking care of you, like
Yeah.
more than anyone else in the world.
And
It's
is
like
being
the ultimate deception.
rewarded and is being rewarded for caring for you.
Right.
Because you're getting free trips to Disney World, you're getting like a new house, you're getting like all these things because you're playing this role of being a sick kid. But
Yeah.
you're not. Like
But,
it's just crazy.
I mean, and I get the emotional grift. Like I love attention too. I love getting a free drink at the bar. I mean, and here you are. You've
Yeah,
got your boobs are out for the world right now.
always.
We're grifting for attention as well, and frankly for money, which I'll share my Venmo if anyone wants to contribute.
Yes. We'll
I'll
share
I'll
all.
take my top off too. My boobs don't look as nice as yours, but
Well,
I have a decent chest.
I paid $10,000 for these, and it was a what do you call it? A
A
reduction.
reduction.
It was a reduction, but they look great.
They're very proportionate and lovely.
Thank you.
They were big old big ones before.
Oh God, they were horrible. I
Listener, Amanda's like 3'4".
I'm
She is
a Keebler out.
huge,
Yes.
a Keebler elf with ginormous boobs. So
Yeah.
she had to have that taken care of.
Amen. Now I'm looking for my plastic surgeon who's going to do my facelift. I've been doing a lot of research on that lately on Chat GPT. I think I'm going to go to Colombia to do it because they apparently do the most natural ones. So to be determined when we go, because I think this would be a wonderful opportunity for you to travel with me to Colombia. I'm going to need somebody with me, and it's one of those travel tourism things where we are like in a suite. You don't have to take care of me because there are going to be nurses who take care of me, so you can just hang out in Colombia, and we'll go like a week before to hang out before I get my plastic surgery done. But then you
Yep.
have to stay with me the 3 days before I fly back to Miami.
And
That's
let's be
the plan.
real. If I had to take care of you, it would be a Gypsy Rose situation. I would milk it. I
Yeah,
would be getting money
she's still
using
doing
you.
well.
Yeah, exactly. There would be a GoFundMe
She seems
situation.
pretty. Something's not right.
In fact, I would contact the surgeon before I said, you know what, use like automobile like um, fluids and fillers. Like let's like really fuck it up.
Just do it.
I want to make some money off of this too.
Yeah.
Who did that? Wasn't it
Priscilla Presley.
Priscilla Presley? Yes,
She looks
she was gorgeous.
gorgeous. Gorgeous. And she ruined herself.
Well, someone ruined herself.
I I don't understand how people who have so much money ruin their faces when if you are just like very specific about what you want. I am very specific about what I want. Like I want a natural lift. I want to just like look like I did when I was like maybe 35. And that's all. Like, I just want a little
A
tiny,
miracle worker.
I want a miracle worker. That's what I need right now. um, but so yeah, 2 weeks to the wedding.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm excited.
I'm working on my beach bod.
Oh, I've heard that I think that are we still recording? Yeah, we are.
In fact, we are.
I think that my friend Melissa's boyfriend is going to be very hot. I'm just going to throw that out there.
Well, I think we have to go to the beach together.
Yes, well, you will. And his name is Misha. He's German, and apparently he's vegan, and he pays very much attention to his body. And I was like, can we get him in a speedo?
Is he packing?
I don't know. I mean, I'll
Well,
have
that's the
to.
question that we need answered firsthand, perhaps with a hand.
Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's German. I'm hoping he will wear a speedo. Like that's. I mean, I don't know. He apparently he's been on a Miami body flow like for the last month or whatever. So
Well, you might just get the runner-up, which is me in a speedo, because that is happening.
I think that I'm so excited for the boat trip.
Oh, that would be fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gonna
I'm
do a
trying
little
to
boat,
tell
little
him that
drink.
it's not like a yacht because I can't afford $3,000 an hour because this pod pays nothing. And
Listener,
neither
kick
does
in.
my job.
We need a upgrade on our boat rental.
Yes. But I think it's going to be fun. I think it'll be fun.
Oh, it'll be fun. We don't need a lot of money to have fun. We just need some good music, some good booze, and some good lighting.
Yes. Well, I am planning on bringing my karaoke microphones to the booze cruise.
Yes, essential.
Yeah, we have to do that. I mean, I think that you and I should probably put together Let's do this next week. Let's put together a karaoke list for that.
It would be fun. I've always had this idea. It would be like a fun karaoke game, is to assign songs to people.
Oh my gosh, I've had that happen before.
I love that. Like have a bank for each person because you're gonna know everyone that's on there, so you'll probably have an idea roughly of what people are into.
I don't know if anyone out there will do karaoke other than us.
Yes, they will.
I don't know.
Josh will.
Oh my gosh, I saw a guy. I literally almost like lost my shit the other day. I was walking in from work. I don't know why I'm pointing like, oh, you know where I'm talking about.
Yeah,
Like,
off camera over there.
yeah, off that way. Um, and there was a guy walking from the swimming pool, and I swear, if Josh had long hair, he looked just like Josh. Like I looked up and I was just like, what? And like he had a Josh face, and Josh hair because he had
Was he
longer
in a
like
speedo?
hair. He was in a he wasn't in a speedo. He was in a what do you call it?
A onesie.
A onesie. No, not a onesie.
I'm like, what?
No, 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 no. Like boy short kind of things. Not
Like board
briefs,
shorts?
not board shorts to the knee, but
Like
like to the
trunks.
upper thigh.
Like
Trunks.
a little snugger.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Trunks.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure he was totally gay because, all like
All
really
men named Josh are gay in my experience.
really. Well,
Yes.
Ron is a very big gay name as well, I believe. Oh, should we wrap this up? So
Yeah.
people are
Let's do that.
probably sick about hearing about our lives.
No, they love it. No, you'll see after we get that Pulitzer Prize for this episode. Um, sponsored by Happy Hour. Amanda, thank you for that story. Viewers, listeners, continue doing exactly what you're doing right at this second. We're here almost every week. at the same place wherever you are on either YouTube, Apple, or Spotify.
Yeah.
You can follow us on social, which sometimes gets a post on Facebook or Instagram at The Forbidden Pod. You can check out the archive.
Week. I
I saw
posted
that.
this week.
Saw
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Check out the archive at theforbiddenpod.com. You can send us money at
Nudes.
hello@theforbiddenpod.com, and also share your stories, ideas. As Amanda said, share your nudes. We're always looking. We'll talk about it. Maybe
Share,
we'll share your nudes if you want.
share your shaft. Share your
Show,
roast beef. No, don't share.
maybe not.
No,
Uh,
we'd rather have it. We love all vaginas, but we would rather.
no, we don't.
I do.
Okay,
Oh
there
no,
you
but like if you're gonna send us a picture of that,
go.
let's keep it high and tight.
Mm.
High and tight.
I'll just say, gentlemen, you show me yours, I'll show you mine. And I think I covered it.
You have.
Yeah, like if you're still here, like, subscribe, drop a comment if you're on YouTube, all that fun stuff. Share it with a friend. Um, yeah, Amanda, thank you.
Blake.
Yes.
Obviously. Thank you for listening to my long-winded story tonight. And listeners, as always, we thank
Thank you.
Look, it looks like I have two different colored knees.